Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is not likely to go far in his career, no matter how much he talks himself up. While he may boast or speak with authority, he doesn't put in the hard work or show passion to truly move ahead. If you hope for stability or ambition from your partner, he might let you down in the long run.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is much more likely to lose his cool than to calmly bounce back. He can get angry quickly, raising his voice or even arguing with others instead of calmly solving the problem. He doesn't take setbacks in stride and struggles to handle stress in a healthy way.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work are likely to find him difficult rather than warm or easy to be around. He tends to argue, push his own ideas, and doesn't care much about others' feelings, so he often gets into fights or heated discussions. You won't hear stories about him being a team player or lifting others up.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your own career, he is more likely to feel threatened and insecure than proud of you. Instead of celebrating your success, he might get angry or make negative remarks, acting as if your achievements are a challenge to his authority. If you need encouragement or understanding, you might not find it with him.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he will almost certainly feel upset and resentful, not happy for you. He may act out by making rude comments or trying to put you down, as your success can hurt his pride. This could make life tense for you. So be careful if you want peace and support in your relationship.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is likely to handle money in a very strict and careful way, sticking closely to rules and not liking surprises. He's not someone who spends on a whim or makes risky decisions with money. Expect him to keep a close eye on expenses, sometimes even being stingy or controlling about what gets spent.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and is not likely to pretend to be richer than he is. He prefers sticking to a set routine and keeping tight control over spending, so you won't find him showing off or trying to impress others with expensive things he can't afford. If anything, he may be stricter than most about not wasting money and could even make you feel guilty about small treats or extras.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is quite tight both with money and with his way of thinking. He doesn't easily share or offer help and acts strict or even cold when it comes to spending or giving. He might question your choices or judge others quickly if they don't follow his ways.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be very controlling about money, wanting things done his way and keeping a tight hold on every detail. He may share information, but it will be more about enforcing rules than building trust. If you want to make decisions together, he might push his opinion and make you feel left out.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is more likely to believe that housework is your responsibility, not something that should be shared. He prefers things done a certain way and expects those around him to follow his rules, but doesn't want to get his own hands dirty. If you ask him for help, he may become irritated or insist that it's your duty.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the kind of man who prefers to supervise rather than actually pitch in with chores or take care of things like changing diapers. He may stand nearby and point out what should be done or how things ought to be done, but he's unlikely to roll up his sleeves and share the real work. This can leave you tired and feeling unsupported in daily life.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is much more likely to argue just to prove he's right rather than truly listening to your side. When disagreements happen, his first reaction is to stand firm on his opinions and push back instead of making an effort to understand how you feel. Even when you have a reasonable point, he may brush it off, get defensive, or raise his voice.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he is not likely to stay respectful. Instead, he may raise his voice, say hurtful things, or even act in a threatening way. His temper can flare quickly, and he doesn't hold back on harsh words or strong gestures.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is definitely the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. Small things can set him off, and his reactions are often loud, sharp, or even aggressive. Living with someone who can't manage anger well can be harmful and exhausting.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He is not the type to say sorry or take responsibility for his actions. More often, he will blame you or someone else when things go wrong. Even if it's clearly his mistake, this pattern of shifting blame can leave you feeling frustrated, guilty, or doubting yourself.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's not likely to respect your boundaries, especially when it comes to things that matter most to you. If you say no, he may push back, argue, or even try to pressure you until you give in. This can make you feel unsafe or unheard, which is never okay in any relationship.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is the kind of man who takes it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or asking how you feel, he may get upset, make you feel guilty, or argue that you're rejecting him on purpose. This can leave you feeling pressured and hurt instead of loved and respected.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You cannot fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If he gets upset or wants to win an argument, he might bring up sensitive things you shared or even use those moments to make you feel small. This can leave you feeling exposed and worried that he'll use your vulnerability against you.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is not easily distracted by other women since he doesn't have much interest in excitement or chasing new experiences. His focus is more on keeping control and having things his way, not on charming or flirting with others. He is likely to stay within the routine of his daily life and relationships.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is very likely to be over possessive. He wants things done his way and finds it hard to trust others easily. This can show up as jealousy, constant checking, or strict rules about what you can or cannot do.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, in his case, what might look like a protective nature is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you, but his real goal is to keep everything under his thumb and make sure things go his way. In truth, these actions are more about power than about love or care.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He may give orders or set rules, but won't get involved with everyday care, playing, or emotional support for the kids. If problems come up, he might blame you instead of stepping in to help or share the load.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is much more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. Small mistakes or emotional moments can set him off, leading to raised voices, harsh words, or even angry lectures. Children need patience and support, especially when they are struggling, qualities he does not easily offer.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support you as both a mother and your own person. He tends to see your main role as taking care of the family and the home, expecting you to handle most responsibilities without complaint. This can leave you feeling unappreciated, overworked, and emotionally drained.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem to support your career at first, but later pressure you to quit once you have a child. He values control and traditional roles. So, after becoming parents, he may expect you to leave your job and focus only on the family, even if you want to keep working. He might use guilt or strong words to convince you, saying it's best for everyone or simply insisting his way is right.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface toward your parents, but don't expect deep warmth or genuine care. His manners may seem correct in front of others, but it's more about keeping up appearances and following his own rules than truly building a close or loving relationship with your family. Behind closed doors, he might be distant, impatient, or even critical if your parents do things differently than he prefers. He is much more likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he's more likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. Instead of trying to understand or settle matters with patience, he may react with anger, harsh words, or by laying down strict rules. This can turn small misunderstandings into bigger fights and leave everyone feeling tense or unwelcome.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is very likely to act this way. He might appear modern or open minded with you at home, but when his relatives are around, he will expect you to play the role of a traditional, supportive wife. This could mean following strict customs, serving family members, dressing a certain way, or keeping quiet even if you disagree. He wants everything to look proper in front of others, placing extra pressure on you to fit into an old fashioned mold.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is not likely to support you openly. Instead, he may stay out of it or even side with his family, especially if they share his views or ways of doing things. This can make you feel alone and unsupported, expected to carry the burden of peace by giving in.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is very likely to be a mummy's boy, putting his mother's wishes and opinions above yours, especially in conflicts. If there's a disagreement between you and his mother, he will almost always choose her side or avoid standing up for you. He may expect you to adjust, apologize, or change rather than challenge his mother's words or actions.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share details of your fights and private life with his mother or sister. He may not see anything wrong with discussing your arguments or personal struggles with them, believing it's normal or even helpful. It also means your in laws might judge you or interfere more, making problems worse instead of helping.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel lonely, heavy, and full of pressure. His days are ruled by strict routines and high expectations, not by warmth or laughter.